Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero like defender of the fatherland, except no substitutes. Off here to a 1v1 on Nexus. In the east it is Pineapple, the fruit dude, fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin, canned pineapples, taking on the role here of the glorious 10th Mechanized Corps with Mechanized Support Guard Motor and Guard Rifle combined arms tactics with Guardsmen, Infantry, or Mine Bullets invested in the west. It is Treadz, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the 7th Panzer Division here with Mobile Defense featuring counterattack tactics, the Panzer ability, Ostrom Reserves, Pumas, and the command tank with triple influence there for Treadz. We got a MD42 start versus double comps there for Pineapple. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters, these champions, these heroes of the propaganda ministry who keep in the business and keep the war effort going. You too can join the heroic ranks by pledging on Patreon yourself. And while we're at it, big thanks to Jakob and Fabian for donating and supporting the Propagandacast with their hard-earned money, allowing me to keep doing what I'm doing on a daily basis as well. Also, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, but donate a pledge could well be most appreciated. Links in the description. Anyways, Pioneers, 74-2 moving up on the north side. We got Pineapple's Crumbs then receiving end of a German assault here as the Pioneers push force back up with MD42. Conscripts caught in this fusillade of lead and German determination and pushed back. In the south, those were Pineapple's primary force up there. In the north, effectively just a scouting team that was quickly deflected by the German army. Third conscript almost done there for Pineapple, the fruit dude. Second Grenadier squad there, almost done for Mr. Treadz. We shall of course most likely see a third Grenadier squad, and I'm matching a fourth conscript here for Pineapple, possibly if he's going to go for Guard Rifle. But I was likely just triple double Engineers and then some Guards Riflemen. In fact, every single one of his doctrines features Guards Riflemen, which is a bit interesting. Second unit squad there for Pineapple, very much as expected. Pioneers being rounded by the conscripts, the Frontovic 74 also displaced there as Pineapple managed to outmaneuver it by, catching it in a really bad position. Not the greatest of outmaneuvers, but it counts. Engineers are marching sent here, the most of the guns clenched tightly in their hands. Gunners for the northern point there. In the south here, another Gunners going forward there for Treadz. Guessing we'll be seeing some tech after this. Once he gets the fuel, of course, which he does not currently possess. Back here, we've got the Swarm Company up there for Pineapple. Fast Field Gun or Fast Max, both possibilities for Pineapple. The fruit dude, and up north here, Grenadiers for the conscripts. Grenadiers, though, do get the first kill there. Boris drops dead, but the rest of the unit, inspired by his sacrifice, and more importantly, by reinforcements, overwhelm the Grenadiers with valiant feats of arms, and more importantly, by lots of bullets. Grenadiers in before to draw to centre. Grenadiers grab us on the fuel point there. Pineapple quickly dispatching a force for that as he grabs the northern one as well there. So both sides focusing here on the field, but right now the Treadz actually focusing on the centre a bit much. Also a bit of a trap I find with some players on a map like Nexus. Yeah, there's not a Nexus, but there's Nexus. But there's definitely find some players on Nexus have a slight tendency of focusing too much in the centre of the map and not enough on the fuel resources, which can, well, bite them in the arse like a very large bear trap with a mustache attached to it. Got a few hordes of President Engineers opening up as well there. No tech yet for Treadz and for Germany. Pioneers flying off the centre sandbags, very good, but soon Pineapple's going to be looking at having both fuel points, which is going to be really powerful. Obviously, since he's going to be getting a lot more fuel there than his opponent, which is definitely not something here that Treadz should be encouraging. I mean, sure, having munitions is nice, but having tanks is also nice. We got fourth gun is going over for Treadz and the German army. Pioneers being forward to the south there. Another squad going for this on the fuel point. Very good. I mean, obviously, with the access to the Puma, he can still, push somewhat, but the Puma's going to fall short. They have to go versus Scout Motorbike with the T-35s. The Mortars, Guardsmen, the crew pair training and marked up vehicle, but the T-35, it's not really a great target for the Puma due to the T-35 because it got a lot more damage. I mean, the Puma isn't quite able to leverage his advantage as well there, so definitely something to be concerned about there for Treadz. Certainly also highly important to fuel, but there you go. He's now pushing north and south as well there. Looking better, looking better. Tech Alta finally happening. Very good there as well. Back in Pineapple's base, we got the medics up there. Gonna do something up in the inconvenience and the concept of the push forwards there. For the glory of the Soviet Union, we got milestones for Pineapple. Thumbs up there. But fortunately, there's one MD42 there for Treadz is certainly a heavy tier 1 there, which is starting to become slightly more popular again with some Wehrmacht players. Has its advantages, but also has its disadvantages. Personally, I'm more a fan of a slightly lighter one. But that's just me. And then faster tech into some faster Panzer Grenadiers, since I am a personally big fan of either Panzer Grenadiers or Stormtroopers. They really prefer Stormtroopers. Panzer Grenadiers are also pretty damn great. He's been caught in the center of the continent. He is surrounded, outnumbered. They need to retreat. Well, he needs to retreat. The rest are dead. Up north, 2 grenadiers close to the country. They're focused down the weakest one here. Very good there. Thumbs up to Treadz. Sometimes you can forget about prioritization. Right here, the key is to just, wear one down as fast as possible, so you can that way deal with the next one. Machine team, they're also trying to move in. There we go. Catching them, forcing retreat here. Could try and pop here counter-attack tactics, which allow them to grab or grab points faster. Once they've been rendered neutral, that is. Back here in Pineapple Space, we've got the tank coming up with a fairly fast T-center, which is partly down to the map and the both fuel points. That said, Nexus shares with Crossroads the same thing that actually has more points than the average map, so if you get more than Nexus, you can that way spiral the match faster there. Treadz going here for the armored car, the 222. I like to punch his Speerwagen, always a solid choice. That said, he should definitely get some Telemines done in a pack 40, or he needs to really fast get to the Puma here versus Pineapple, because otherwise, unless Pineapple forgets to finish the tank command, he's going to hit him with a fast T-70. Pioneers and going to catch the contact with the car point, pushing them back. Going for the opponent's car point, thumbs up to Treadz. Aggressive harassment play there. Then he's sort of like, hey Petrov, yeah, I feel like something's not been finished here. You bushed? No, like, important things. Well, what do I look like, a foreman? Well, you used to be one. Damn it. Heading a mine there. Oh, that was a really great mine. I took out 2 machine gunners plus the 2 grenadiers there. Great mine there for Pineapple. Thumbs up. He's also finally finished that, so he can go for the T-70. Got the armored car in Norfolk here. The leichte Panzerwagen 222. But later we replaced as the war went on, as it turned out the 222 had a bit of a flaw. It wasn't really great off-road. So it was steadily replaced by either heavy armored cars like the 234, which is the Puma's also based off, or a version of the 250 half-track that would actually be converted in. It would be used as armored car chassis as well, basically just the turret from the 222 mounted on the 250 half-track, and would in fact replace the 222 entirely. So, little fun fact there about the 222, little fun fact. And that while it does feature heavily in Company 2 games, and Companies 1 for 1944-45, it really wasn't like a hugely present armored car by that point. Again, replaced either the half-track version or other heavier armored cars. T-70 out there for Pineapple. Yes, Basil, it's a T-70 light tank. North E2 is being pushed back with the Grenadiers, the light machine guns firing away there. Imagine you'll be seeing the other squads upgraded from as well. And South E, bit of skirmishing. Pioneer's not upgraded yet. They want to get some mine throws up. Then again, at this point, I think they're dead. Too slow retreat here. But also should have taken a slightly longer path before trying to retreat there. So that's a great kill there for Pineapple. So standing tech Treadz may have, of course, also prevents him from repairing the armored car. So that's typically a very hard to ignore loss. And then you need a squad there for Pineapple. Also got the guard squad out there. DP light machine guns up. Thumbs up. Pioneer's ready, but Treadz here, I'm guessing is not aiming for the pack. He's basically going to try and hold out for the Puma. The 234-2, as there are a total of 4 variations of the 234 armored car. And in that version, the -2 was actually the Puma heavy armored car. Fun fact. That said, some people just call all versions of the 234 the Puma. Well, the -1 and the -2 for Puma. Company has yet to reach up the 234-3 or 4. This is routed with the T-70 and the conscripts. Up north here, pointing seas for the Guardians and the conscripts. Still, fairly good map control here for Treadz, though that may not last longer. That said, he can get the Puma. No, he is not going for Puma after all. He is taking up. So, a fairly aggressive tier 3 rush here for Treadz. Interesting. Not bad, though, but interesting. Fairly risky though, versus T-70 just basic rush tier 3 with just an armoured car to defend yourself against it effectively. That is really ambitious here by Treadz. very risky, but it works. It obviously works. But it's not what I like recommend to the average player, to put it, I think, gently. Take almost done there for Treadz. It also allows it, like, you know, get the command points more needed for that Puma faster than else. The reason he's doing it here. And no, apparently doesn't need the structured. Well, there used to be something of that anyway. But anyways, I've said it a few times in a row, by the way. That's silly. He is slightly there, of course, going to aim for that Puma. He's closer to it, that's for sure. He is closer to the Puma, heavy armored car. Sandbags on the south. Then he's just the guards and the conscripts. Do we need merge conscripts with the guardsmen? We do, in fact. Very nice. Thumbs up to Pineapple. Could use that ability. Merge ability is always one of those really great abilities that a lot of server players tend to overlook. It's like one way to like notice, I think, at least, you know, good server players, at least potentially good server players, is actually to use merge. So thumbs up there to Pineapple, who's definitely a good server player, not just a potentially good. Just, you know, want to hit that one off. Anyways, we've got the Puma on the way there for Treadz. The Puma having one of the fun distinctions of being an armoured car. They stop production of fairly fast because they're worried the tank crew's operating it will start operating too much like a tank. So they pretty much stop production of that one, which is, I always find a bit amusing. Anyways, Sister Division field on there for Pineapple. He's, of course, not entirely sure what Treadz is playing at. That said, he may have an inkling of things. I think he's seen no pack forwards against the T-70 for some time, and he knows his opponent has a mobile defense doctrine, so he may in fact be expecting a Puma here. I mean, it's not that he's really confused as to what Treadz is doing with no pack 40 and no Panzerschrecks, for example, which is normally like the other, like, you know, counter to this situation. Not that I advise Panzerschrecks, but, you know, it could be an option that Treadz was pursuing, but of course, we know, as the viewers, the observers, that in fact Treadz is playing straight away for the Puma. There you go. Puma schwerer Panzerspielwagen arriving, shoots and misses the T-70. Not a great start there for Treadz heavy armoured car. Not a great start. Fun fact about the 234 armoured car series, it didn't just have like a frontal driver's position, it has a rearward one. Meaning the driver could just switch positions if like they need to get the armoured car backwards really fast. It was a feature he'd share with Italian armoured cars, by the way. Sort of one of those little neat things there. Gunny's engaging the field and crew. Bit risky there for Pineapple. That said, the gun is in pretty low numbers, so not too huge of a problem. That said, the lap machine is still a significant issue for the field and crew. There's another Canadian squad here that likely could have been the end of the field and crew. You might notice they're still taking a lot of damage very fast. Another Pioneer squad there for Treadz. Both field points under control here of Treadz and the German army. Mechanized number company for Pineapple. Of course, he's not going to do the about anymore. He knows he needs T-3035s because the Puma again. While it sort of does quite well against light vehicles to some degree, certain pieces of medium armor, there's the premium stuff like the T-3035. The Puma just can't do enough damage, and the T-35 can just tank the shots and just shoot the Puma to bits fairly fast, typically. That's it, the Puma still of course has range, but even then against the T-3035, it can start to like, really leverage that. Still, little fun note. There up north, the armor cars wagon comes from the northern victory point. We've got 370 barrels, 340 victory points. The armoured car tank through the heavy sandbag position. Bits crumbling off there. T-75 at the gun is almost getting wiped there. Vessel going meow. Just reinforcing healing. Could build this a promo core. I definitely think he should. I mean, he's going to definitely need something a bit more punchy versus the T-35 that's slightly going to hit him like a break wrapped in a Soviet flag thrown through the window. Decent there riding MD42, 7 kills activated to that Puma with 0 kills. Going for the T-70, good hit, they're gaining Veterans 1, which opens up for the aimed shot ability. Handy dandy little ability there. Nothing further going there in Tread space, still no support on my core. Is he planning just to go for a lot of Pumas here versus Pineapple? I mean, that would be a bit ambitious, I suppose not impossible to make work, though definitely not what I necessarily recommend. But while up north, worth noting, we haven't seen any mines from Treadz, and Pineapple up to a certain point hasn't really done many more mines either. Though obviously some, it's not like, you know, a vast sea of mines. Like, you know, threatening to blow off Treadz men's feet quite, you know, consistently. South East engineers ground the point. More barbed wire there on this time on Treadz sandbags. Ground northern points. Bit of back and forth maneuvering here between Pineapple and Treadz. Between the German army and the Red army. Maximum on the way for Pineapple, perhaps more suppressive firepower versus Treadz fascist infantry. Always a good pick there. Thumbs up to Pineapple. Closing on that T-35. Far up north, we've got the armoured cars, not where the conscripts, but there we go, gasping in to substitute for them, and of course push back the armoured car or destroy it. That looks like almost like a destroy it there, but really lucky there for Treadz. Really lucky. And at this point, the soldiers just need to sneeze in its general direction. It's going to explode. So Palmer up there for Treadz. Thumbs up. Could go for a Panther 4. Counter those the gun in the ears. Fairly sort of decent split there with a slight edge now for Treadz. Closing out that T-35 here for Pineapple. T-70 is almost fixed up as well. Pack 40 for Treadz. So he has actually gone for it now. Timing is a bit peculiar for that. Guess he could be planning a command tank then. If he's going to go for the Pack 40 rather than say a Panther 4 or a Stug. Yes, Battle, it really should be going for a Stug instead of, you know, Pack 40 in a command tank. You speak a lot of sense there, Bastley. You speak a lot of sense. Sadly, I fear Treadz, though, cannot hear you through time and space. But imagine if you could. You'd probably be confused as to why there's a cat meowing at him out of nowhere. But anyways, going for the Maxim here, suppressed by the Maxim's ambitious suppressor fire guardsman and comes from the flank here. Even got fine positions here from the guardsman. We're seeing them being in position as well there. Bit of a mess here for Treadz. Gonna have to form up a fresh series of positions and counter attack. We're seeing that being caught off guard again. Pack following forward, but there's the infantry. The infantry is mostly up in the north or back at the base. They're catching. Oh, Treadz and back, but there you go. Wipe the MG42. Great kill there for Pineapple. Plus, he's actually got S-Marks then for Treadz, but Pineapple's dealing with them. Definitely dies the situation. He's not grabbing the machine gun, perhaps he hasn't noticed it. And we got the command tank out here for Treadz. The Befehls Panzerkampf Wagen 4. Equipped with a LOL, we'll also see 75mm cannon, also colloquially known as the Stummel, which actually saw service on a lot of different light vehicles, like for example one version of the 234 armored car actually had this, but without a turret, just more so say fixed assault gun position. In fact, you had half-tax mounted with this gun in the similar state to that 234-3, I believe. So, little fun fact there, little fun fact. Both 251 and 250 half-tax would have been equipped with this, or at least have version for that. Little fun fact, little fun fact. Kinda wish they'd added that one in the game. I think that'd be pretty fun. Isn't that right, Basil? Isn't that right? Getting me caught up with the command tank, getting a few kills in there with the Stummel. T-35 that's on the way to Pineapple, and that's going to be a real bane here for Treadz's current existence, due to its ability to soak up quite a few hits. Up north in using Ford's going to counter-attacking here. Grabbing the southern fuel point, and there you go, T-34-85 here for Pineapple and the Red Army. North here we got the Conditions Engineers. T-34 they're rolling ahead. Armored car being fixed up awfully close to the front line. That said command tank is nearby, which does provide a modicum of protection. Nice hits. The Puma is, of course, staying a safe distance here against the T-35. Could try for an aim shot here. I think it'll be half up there. Armored car down. No aim shot. Just pulling back here. Shots going through for the Pack 40. Puma there. Takes a nice hit from the T-35 there. But gets a good hit in return here. Grenadiers almost right over the engineers. And Pineapple's looking to escape with the T-35. Needs to be careful not to crush any terrain that actually allow the Pack 40 to spot it and destroy it, though. Close call here, though. Close call for both sides. they do manage to extract their respective armoured fighting vehicles. Command tank heading towards the centre. Package reinforcing healing. Something exploded. I'm guessing a mine somewhere. Looks like, or sounds like that was in the south here. For Jürgen. Command tank with 7 kills. Was not common for Germans to use older tanks for command tank duty or observation tank duty, specifically for artillery observation. For some, the 2nd SS Panzer Division normally actually had some Panzer IIIs at the, I think it was the either regimental or battalion level command headquarters, where they used some Panzer IIIs as the command tanks, for example. So, little fun fact there. Little fun fact there. The South 8 Pioneers was the maximum of the conscripts. Panda 4 there on the way for Treadz, the Panzerkampfwagen 4, though, versus T-30-55s. I would normally recommend some Stugs, since the Stugs typically have some good amount of speed and firepower, which is much more threatening for the T-35. Senegal is in a fire here. Command tank continues to provide some backbone here for Treadz front line. T-7 rushing forward, spotting for the field gun. Excellent. Thumbs up there to Pineapple. Good cooperation there between field gun and spotter tank. They just need to get before they get eliminated here by Pineapple's mighty forces of socialism. Troops continue to advance to the Pantherformers on there for Treadz in the south. The troops holding out here for the glory of Pineapple and the Red Army. First Panther 4 there out for Treadz, giving a command tank and a regular Panther 4. And we got a T-34 from 60 for Pineapple. Not waiting for another T-35. Either he's not too concerned with the Puma, he just wants more tanks now. Both the options, or there might be some other sinister logic going on between Pineapple. Well, is. But what that plan is, we don't know. Slow advance over there, goes straight to the command tank, the Puma, and of course now the Panther 4, which is getting the Pinlock machine gun. Thumbs up. Guards and routed with intense losses here from Treadz forces. T-54 went in pretty aggressively, took some heavy damage here from Treadz armored forces. T-54 looks almost done. Field gun running up as well here. Pineapple right now has great map control versus Treadz, who probably at this point should consider mortars to lay down some smoke to set up for attacks. Treadz has also lost an infantry squad, which makes things further difficult to, like, makes proper attacks. With strong, I think, suggests on Panzer Grenadier at this point. In theory, could also go for the Ostrom, but that'd be more like, for distraction, freeing up Grenadiers to support his attacks. We shall of course see what Treadz does. T-34 forces flanking the Panther 4 here. There's no support for the Panther 4 easily. Thankfully for Treadz, Pineapple's not pursuing as aggressively, probably because he's concerned there might be something ready to back up the Panther 4. Or just concerned the Puma can arrive in time, which is more or less it there. We got better to by down the Puma. Very good. Very good. Goes on the opening hand, but the T-35 got the command tank moving in. Pack 40 blasting away there. Still, Pineapple retains fairly good map control versus Treadz. Fairly good map control. As Treadz and the German army here struggles against the Soviets. Nice 5 grenade here, causing heavy casualties. Boris, Petrov, Dmitry, Yuri, and Bobovitz all dead. Bobovitz? Yes, he's from San Francisco. San Francisco? Yeah. His parents were immigrants, then he emigrated back, I guess? Okay. Still weird name, yeah. Command train there, close to Wetzen 1. Another pack 40 there for Treadz. Another Panzer Kanone 40, looking to perhaps set up a pack front, which was a German tactic that basically involved just assembling a lot of anti-tank and coordinating them under one commander, which was apparently fairly innovative for that part of the war. In fact, it was quite really effective, so the Soviets actually copied it, forcing the Germans to have to come up with a counter-tactics to the pack front, which they call the Panzerkeil. Command tank moving forwards here. Fine way, they got the T-55 fine way there. Gun is cloak being wiped out. T-7 taking some nasty hits. T-456 and 85 under fire here. Still, Treadz going for a head-on assault here with limited infantry support. I think makes for a fairly big challenge here. And in this case, also something is different for Pineapple. Like, if he had some mortar support for smoke screens, I think this could work out much better, as it would have disrupted Pineapple's defense. But I also think an attack across such a narrow sort of, shall we say, stretch of terrain here against his opponent's own concentrated forces was not a particularly well executed idea there by Treadz, or really a good idea in the first place. Now that, you know, sufficient means of smoke and more assault infantry. In fact, Treadz has suffered further infantry casualties, putting him down to 2 grenadier squads versus opponent with 3, 4, 7-man conscript squads, plus the guard squad, which really means now Treadz is significantly understaffed compared to Pineapple. That's actually something that's really dangerous for the Germans, since you actually do want a good amount of infantry. The problem, of course, with that is you have 4-man squads, meaning they're much more likely to get wiped, and of course hurts a lot there. But anyways, Katyusha rocket launcher for Pineapple is going to make things further difficult for Treadz. Treadz does seem to have a bit of a hard time here to further fully push his strategy here versus Pineapple. Gasp right there up our ace level with 11 kills. Thumbs up there to Pineapple, good unit preservation. T-34 some 6 and 85 with Katyusha almost done. Maxim lining up here. Also got an M4 to recheck to pop it in. I'm hitting that's great. There you go, Panther hits a mine. In right one of the worst spots there. In fact, it's command tank versus the guardsman getting possibly marked as well. He almost got it in the south here. Couldn't be able to touch, but Panther rushes in there. It's a complete disaster. He was trying to make a push now, I guess, but it just fell apart here for Treadz so rapidly. Again, lack of proper infantry support and artillery means any kind of like attack like this is just not great. He really needs to like try to like outmaneuver Pineapple, which is when you have like, you know, Puma, Panther on a command tank, you're much more to just, you know, set up for. But for some reason, Treadz just relied on a head-on attack against Pineapple in the center. That was definitely an advice there, but Treadz definitely an advice made for a fairly convincing shoot down here for Pineapple. Back here, reinforcing healing. Panther 4 need repairs. Rather schnell. Concentrating out there for Pineapple. Start moving forwards. Pineapple taking advantage of the vacuum now left by Treadz retreat to swiftly further advance the front line and grab more of the map here. At this point, Treadz, I think, needs to reconsider his tactical approach overall and swing from another angle, which Pineapple is not expecting. Because the way he's found the rock, he's pretty much anticipating Treadz going to push for the south. He got lucky that the Grenadiers were slightly ahead of this, but if they weren't, that could have been really painful for Treadz and GG. So it does come to this. I mean, sometimes the best approach is to just find a new one, like try to attack your opponent from an angle they aren't expecting.
Target vehicle marking available.
At least have a mortar with some smoke. It's also a lot of Mason flood here, but Treadz definitely would have been great if it like mined more early on. Not just S-mines here, but telemines and whatnot. I think that certainly have a nice, helpful potential here for Treadz and the German army. Still no use of counterattack tactics either. A bit of no ability. Got another Puma for Treadz. Gonna try and turn the game around with those, I suppose. But the question is, can they leverage them well enough? And certainly they are not tanks. So his approach of taking head on is definitely going to get punished if he tries that with the Pumas, as they are, again, not tanks. Second Puma though almost done there for Treadz. First one is slowly approaching SG3, but still has some time to go before it actually hits that. Sneak some troops northwards. We've got 139 to an 81. Command tank moving forwards, engaging with the Maximum crew in the south. We've got Gunners routed with the T-34 some 85 and 2 infantry squads. Nice little attack formation. Command tank there covering the cut-off point there, concentrating man loss from the command tank, 75 with the gun. Gunners routed here as Pineapple just slowly pressures Treadz here, ever so slowly squeezes him. Like a ripe banana? Yeah, and I was kind of going for a fruit metaphor, but I'm not a big fan of fruits. I don't really know much about them. Anyways, Katyusha rocket firing down here on the midst of Treadz forces. Packs are cleared out. That's definitely painful there for Treadz. He does with the 2 Pumas, but again, in these sort of head-on attacks, they're not the great. It's just usually more like, you know, harassment, raiding, flanking, and maneuver, and all that sort of stuff there. not tanking it. It seems like Treadz, in this desperation, is trying to use them sort of like, as pseudo tanks, which again, they're not tanks. Packs being destroyed there by Pineapple's field guns.
Down to 100 points.
Pumas awaiting repairs. At least one is. The other one is repaired now. We got 96 versus 281. Treadz current situation is looking fairly rubbish. We do finally get something resembling a deeper flank here with the Pumas. Finally. That said, he needs to be careful not to go to his position. I think he should have gone for a deeper flank. That's taking the whole way around here and then going for like a really deep insertion against Pineapple. So it seems like either the pathing messed up with the waypoints or Treadz just got lazy. I don't know. But at least there's a deeper flank going on there. But this is something you should have been doing much versus Pineapple. You know, when you actually had like, larger force. Of course, doing it now, still has to give him a chance of turning around. But again, he should have done it sooner. Third Puma on the way there for Treadz. Wonder if it's just like, a sense of desperation, if he just doesn't care anymore. We'll have to see. But the Puma's on the patrol here. On the move. Catching the T-Fit on the flank. Almost got it. Flame goes soft. Don't do much. They've got field moving up. The Puma gains stage. Needs to pop smoke. Main gun out. Yeah, too late for smoke now for that one. Puma out. T-Fit fired there. Gonna try and ram it. Puma knocked out. Didn't get Katusha. Complete waste here for Treadz. Utter ruination and destruction. At least the command tension with there to support the attack as well. That would have given the Puma a bit more, durability. But also perhaps acted some of the draw away attention there. So that rather fell apart. The everyone's been slaughtered. And Treadz is just completely falling apart now. Like a really bad metaphor about fruits. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it overall here. Treadz, again, well, he had some interesting ideas. The execution kind of fell apart there. So he focused too much on head-on assaults on a map that really doesn't reward that for the Germans. Most maps don't. Instead of trying to rely on maneuver or getting immortals laid on smoke screens. Additionally, I think a lack of pantling has also made it hard for him to execute proper attacks here versus Pineapple. Pineapple, say, overall handled fairly well and just, punish Treadz for all the mistakes he made. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family. But do channel these. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.